Good morning and welcome to Coffee with the Pastors on another Friday edition of getting all of our pastor friends to Nova.
That's right. So we are welcoming our seminary friend, Staci Peterson, who is out in Cincinnati, Ohio. Staci started seminary the same year that we did. And I remember a late night class that we had together for one semester at least, and Staci would stay at our house because it was just too late to go back across the border. So we know Staci well from our time at Bethany to get together. So welcome with us this morning.
Yeah, nice to have you with us. So Staci, did you say she's pastor at the Cincinnati Church of the Brethren? Did you say that?
I said that she was in Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. Cincinnati Church of the Brethren. Staci, we like to ask all of our friends just what is it about pastoral ministry that drew you in? What do you love about pastoral ministry?
I think what drew me in is the opportunity to work with people, to get to hear their stories and to walk along beside them through everything that they're going through. And I guess I discovered a passion for working with people in the midst of crisis. Through my ministry formation experience, I worked at a homeless shelter in Fort Wayne. And so that really, at first I didn't think it was going to be a good fit for me at all, but it turned out it was exactly what I needed to show me where God was really calling me. So.
Wow. So you've been in Cincinnati now for how long?
Just about 2 years. In October, it'll be 2 years.
2 years. So what kinds of things are you into there at the Cincinnati Church of the Brethren? What's going on there that's exciting or special?
I think what's most special is our connection with First Step Home, the substance abuse rehab facility that's literally just across the street from the church. And so a lot of our outreach ministry is to those women in that facility. And so we offer a weekly yoga class and 2 smart recovery meetings. And when we finally get to be in person again, we'll go back to having a nutrition class, a once a week dinner, and a Bible study.
Wow. And you're in charge of all of that?
Yes. Yes. And so it gets a little overwhelming sometimes. I'm up to staying in contact with about 60 people at this point, and some of them are not at the rehab facility. They're other people from throughout the city that come to the Smart Recovery meetings because I keep them open to anyone. And so there's about 7 or 8 people from around Cincinnati that come in for those meetings. And so I've built relationships with them as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's not training that most of us get in seminary.
No, it is definitely something that I am having to grow into and take some additional classes. There's another facility here in Cincinnati called Talbert House that works with substance abuse as well as mental health. And so they offer the training for chemical dependency counseling assistance. And so that's about 70 hours of classes. And so I intend to take those to get that certification. So that way I can have a fuller understanding of what everybody that I'm working with goes through, because I don't have that experience of having addiction in my past, but I do want to be able to fully understand and walk with them on their journey, and to be able to help them, not offer advice that's going to hurt them.
Right. Sure. You clearly have that kind of pastoral persona and role to carry into that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting when First Step Home had their graduation. They have it twice a year, and so there's a certain number of women who finish the program. And so the first time I went to the graduation to support a couple of the ladies who were graduating, they were like, we have to introduce you to all of the head people here and stuff. And so they introduced me to the one counselor that they work with there. And she's like, now I finally get to put a face to the name. She's like, because all of these girls come and they're telling me about Pastor Staci, and she's just this awesome person and everybody needs to know her and stuff. So it's really grown through word of mouth.
Yeah, whether the program across the street knew it or not, they had a new person on staff in a sense, right?
That's right.
Now have a pastor on staff.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
That is
And so
very
that connection has allowed us some ins with them that we wouldn't have had otherwise. Because like when we weren't able to do our meetings at the church anymore, we were trying to do the yoga online, and that just isn't the greatest. And so they finally opened it up so that on Tuesdays we can come to the facility to do yoga with the ones who are there on campus.
Right. Neat.
We wouldn't have had that chance otherwise.
Yeah.
That's great. What a perfect example of kind of a church embracing that missional kind of mindset too. Looking out the window or out the door and figuring out, okay, what's actually around us and how can we be a part of it?
Yeah. Finding Jesus in the neighborhood.
That's right.
Yeah.
You guys are living the new tagline. That's
That's right.
awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Very
It's
cool.
wonderful.
Well, we've come to our pop quiz.
Audrey's got that look on her face. Look out.
This is what we call our slightly heretical, but certainly fun part of our Coffee with the Pastor interviews, where we give you a completely made up but real theological term that we know because you are a Bethany grad. You have, all that you need to define this completely made up but real word. And so, Staci, your word is universalism.
Universalism.
Universalism. So we would be interested in hearing the definition of universalism.
Let's see.
It's been what, nine years since we started seminary, so you got to find back in the recesses where we learned this term.
Right. Let's see. I would say that universalism would mean that we will all be saved through God's mercy. So, yeah.
Whoa. That could be heresy spoken out of Staci's mouth in some corners of the church.
Hey, it doesn't say that she ascribes to universalism. She's just defining the concept.
Right, I see.
Sorry, the goal of Coffee with the Pastor's interviews is not to get people in hot water. So Pastor Tim.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what I would say that it means.
Yes.
I think there's the potential for everybody to be saved through God's mercy, but we have to embrace that and accept that.
So a piece of universalism might be an acceptance that we're not the ones that ultimately, decide how God's mercy is used.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could, legitimately be a term.
Yes.
I think it really kind of should be, right?
Yeah. I think it totally should be.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe after COVID's over and we're not doing these anymore, we should write a book of all the terms.
Introducing new theological terms.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
When COVID rocks your world, you make new words.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, Staci, it's been lovely having coffee with you, and blessings on all that you're doing in Cincinnati. And
I appreciate the work you're doing very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone.